Every year, about 1 in 6 Americans experience a foodborne illness, of which 128,000 are hospitalized and 3,000 die. As a result of this public health crisis, Congress passed the Food Safety Modernization Act, or FSMA. While farmers, consumers, and food organizations support increasing food safety on farms, many dismiss parts of FSMA for its lack of comprehension and financial implications. Yet still, most people would agree that U.S. food safety regulations are necessary and helpful. Food safety became a policy concern in the United States in the early 1900s. From 1911 to 1925, at least 157 people died from foodborne pathogens in raw milk, canned olives, and oysters. Fast forward, and in 2008 and 2009, a salmonella outbreak from peanut butter killed 9 people and sickened 714 people across 46 states. Following the increase in outbreaks, the Food Safety Modernization Act was passed in 2011, the first major change to the United States food safety laws since 1938. Consumers want to know where their food comes from and how it's raised or grown. While consumers support increased regulations for food safety, they are concerned about the lack of funding for implementing the program. Farmers and food organizations mostly support FSMA because they strongly support food safety. They recognize the economic value in producing safe food and retaining consumer confidence. And on a personal level, they too want food to be safe, abundant, and affordable. Yet one of their main complaints with FSMA are the expensive requirements for testing and verification. These regulations will also make it more difficult for farmers to diversify. However, even with an increase in foodborne illness outbreaks, the U.S. still has one of the safest food supplies in the world. While I have read and known this for years, it wasn't until recently that I was able to truly appreciate the safety of our food supply and the regulations in place, like FSMA. This semester, my family and I visited Nepal, a developing country in Southeast Asia. Nepal first began regulating food safety in 1966 when they passed the Food Act, their primary food safety legislation. Nepal has also seen an increase in the number of foodborne illness outbreaks, yet developing countries are poorly equipped to respond to existing and emerging food safety problems. They don't have an effective institutional framework, the trained manpower, nor sufficient knowledge about food safety. According to Nepal's Ministry of Agriculture, about 16% of the food sold in Nepal has been contaminated in some way. It's common to drop off your trash near or in the waterways. Animal manure is often found in the fields. Food is commonly put on the ground before and during transport, and farmers are often wearing the same shoes, typically flip-flops, in the fields as in their outdoor bathrooms. The people are absolutely wonderful, but the food safety is appalling compared to the United States. In the U.S., we are fortunate to have the economic and institutional stability to create programs to regulate food safety and keep our people healthy. Yet still, it's vital regulations for on-farm safety are science-based and prudently thorough. FSMA can help contribute to lowering foodborne illness outbreaks across the nation and play a role in strengthening the ties from farm to table. Consumers, farmers, and governmental agencies can work together to ensure FSMA is helpful to those affected by the policy.